Stop number 14 on the Castrol GTX Cup Series brings us to the track that chews up cars and spits them out, the track known as the Monster Mile. Of course, I'm talking about Dover Downs International Speedway, as we're here today for the running of the FedEx 400, as we're set for 60 laps of racing here on this 1 mile racetrack. And here's the starting lineup for today's running event. On the pole, it is Dylan Young in car number 2, the Red Roof Vince Buick, looking for his first victory of the season. He's alongside car number 8, Matt Haas, on the outside pole. His best starting position this season. Second row sees Phil Parker in car number 5. He's alongside car 41. It is Colton Schwartz sitting alongside. Third row sees a pair of Wrangler cars there. Cole Deaver in car number 3, winner of the season at Darlington, and Kat Batson in car number 15, the Wrangler Jeans Ford. Neither, of course, Kat not driving for the same team Cole drives for. They're opposite teams. Going to the next row, we see car number 47. It is Ed Weinstein in the Hawaiian Punch Buick. He's alongside car number 17, excuse me. It is Levi McIntyre in the number 17 Chevrolet. Actually, no, scratch it. McIntyre's actually on the outside of row number 5. Outside of Weinstein in row number 4, it's actually car number 16, Nathan Hudson, the Carolina Tool Chattanooga Shoes Chevy. Levi McIntyre's on the outside of row number 5 and number 17. Inside of him is Kev Sheeran, 71. In the Action Vans Oldsmobile. Now we got the row straightened out. Going to row 6, it's car number 55, Rob Evans, and alongside number 11, Zach Winkle. Next row down has car number 98. It is Zach Rogers, 2-time winner of the season so far. He's alongside Keith Batson, car number 21. Next row, Jessica Shelton in car number 9, winner of the season at Sonoma. She's alongside car 84, Zachary Fitzwater. Next row, Jay Jefferson in 64, and number 1, Trent Dunham, winner of the season at Texas. Next row down has Seth Cullen, number 52, and number 88, Aaron Macklin. Next row is number 12, Ryan George, and number 26, Quentin Moore. Next row down has number 70, Mitchell Collins, and 67, Chelsea Bowles. Next row down has car number 0, Shea Dairyman. He's alongside car number 75, Travis Furness. That's number 90, Charles Sanford on the inside. Beside him, Johnny Gardner in car 66. Johnny won a season at North Wilkesboro. Next row down has Dylan Poteet in 22, and number 89, James Sykes. Next row down has number 4, William Brock, and beside him, number 48, it is Jesse Turner. Next row, Matt McIntyre in 44, and beside him, number 14, it is Daniel Bouchard. Next row down has number 28, Joshua Osborne, and alongside the Daytona 500 champion and All-Star Race winner, Kyle Matthews. Next row down has car number 97, Laura Chung, and number 33, Jacob Thibodeau. The next row down has number 51, Jordan Anderson, and beside him, number 7, Mike Becker, and starting shotgun in the field will be car number 27, Stephen Cullen, starting shotgun in the field on the outside. In-car cameras today will be carried by Dylan Young, our pulse over this race. Also will be carried by Johnny Gardner in 66, and also car number 3, Cole Deaver. We'll have all three of them will have in-car cameras in today's race. 2 Chevys and a Buick will be carrying on-board cameras in today's race here at Dover Downs International Speedway. So 41 cars lined up on pit road, getting ready to go here for the running of the FedEx 400, and here's the starting lineup. Well, we already gave you the starting lineup already. Excuse me. Here's the command to fire the engines for this race.
Gentlemen, start your engine!
So the command to begin to fire the engines here for this race here as the field rolls off of pit road onto the racetrack here. We'll be back for the start right after this. Field rolling through turns number 3 and 4 as we'll be set for racing here today as the pace car looks off on the pit road. 35 mile/hour speed limit on pit road. As the field comes off turn number 4 as they're looking for a green flag, and they are going to get it here in just a second. And they do. The green flag is out and we're underway in the FedEx 400 at Dover. turns 2 and 4 are usually the trouble spots on this racetrack here. We'll keep an eye on that as they come off turn number 4 here. Let's see what happens here. Dylan Young leads him off the 4th turn. And first lap is completed here. Cole Deaver trying to battle with Phil Parker for second position. He's got it off turn number 2. Deaver was winner of the season at Darlington Raceway in the Dodge Challenger 500. Dylan Young has not yet won a season, and the guy driving and going into the 3rd position is Zed Weinstein in car number 47. He's up to the 3rd position now. The man who won the season 13 championship. Weinstein, number 47, Hawaiian Punch Buick. Making his way through turns number 3 and 4 now. Kev Shear up to 4th position now. Shear, one of the 3 drivers who's won twice this season. And moving to the low side goes Cole Deaver, and Deaver goes to the lead now in car number 3, the Wrangler Chevrolet. And so Cole Deaver in the number 3 Wrangler car up to the top spot now. Fighting with Dylan Young in car number 2. He's up to 2nd position right now. Low side of Deaver's car now for the lead. Nothing doing for the time being. And now Rob Evans goes low, and now Dylan Young goes to inside for the lead again. Now through turns number 3 and 4, turns number 1 and 2, dips down, and Dylan Young has the lead. So he let Deaver let a couple of laps, and now Dylan Young takes the lead back. Rob Evans, meanwhile, trying for 3rd position now on Zed Weinstein. There is the battle for 3rd between Weinstein and Evans. Evans to the 3rd position now, trying for 2nd on Cole Deaver, and he brings the 8 car of Matt Haas with him. Matt Haas with the outside pole, his best qualifying run of the season. He's been kind of hit and miss this season, but Haas hoping to get back into contention, making some good runs here today. Young now has the lead. Up to 2nd position now goes Rob Evans in car number 55, maybe trying for the lead possibly. He gets by Deaver for 2nd place now. And now Matt Haas up to the low side, down the low side, trying for 3rd position. Now Zed Weinstein ahead, also making a 3 wide on the backstretch, which that's a very sketchy move at Dover, but thought better of it as they come off turn number 2. Now we're off turn number 4 now. Laps here at Dover do not take very long, about a little over 20 seconds, about a little over 22, 23 seconds a lap. And the yellow flag flies for the first time here as the field completes lap number 10 of this race, and it's Stephen Cohen in 27 and Travis Furness in 75 who have crashed. A pair of Pontiacs there, and whoa, careful there. Ryan George and Jessica Shelton there was on the inside lane. I thought for a second those two might go down, and I didn't know what they were doing, to be honest, but may have gotten a little bit loose and trying to slow down. Who knows? But and there's where the crash happened up in front right there. Is what started the whole thing. It was Zach Winkle and Laura Chung, the 11 and 97 cars. Chung goes right into Trent Dunham's car. She's now suddenly squeezed between Dunham and the 11 car of Winkle. And Chung goes into a spin right there in 97. She goes to the inside wall, crunches that, and now here to come in the turn. And there's where Furness and Cullen got into each other. Not been a good season for both Stephen Cullen nor Travis Furness, 2 of the rookies in the field. As they come down, as they spin right there, Furness able to get underway. Cullen, I think, took a while for his 27 Old Milwaukee car to refire back up. And as for Laura Chung, well, backed her right into the wall in that number 97 car. One car that we had an in-car camera with there just barely missed a crash. That was Johnny Gardner in 66. And we will go for a ride with him on this one. Woo! Boy, Johnny Gardner was touched by an angel on that one. He just about hit the 97. That 97 car just about came about across the track and caused Johnny to hit her. But as fate would have it, he took her. As fate would have it, though, for Johnny, well, wasn't really fate at all. I mean, that's what I was trying to say here. Wasn't really fate at all here. He just knew what he had. Knew he had enough distance to get by. What I was trying to say there, Johnny missed. Lucky for him, missed the crash. So after that little blooper here, we're about ready to get ready for the restart here on lap number 15. It's Dylan Young, the leader. Second position is Rob Evans. Third is Matt Haas. Zad Weinstein in fourth. Fifth is Cole Deaver. Sixth is Keith Batson. Seventh is Kev Shear. Eighth is Ryan George. Ninth is Jessica Shelton, matching your car number. And 10th is Colton Schwartz. It's the green flag. Flies are back underway on lap number 15. We saw some good racing here in the first 10 laps of this race at Dover here, especially the battle for the lead between Dylan Young and Cole Deaver. We'll see if the 55 of Rob Evans has anything for Deaver, or has anything for Dylan Young right now. Lap speeds in this race upwards of over 160 miles per hour. They are very, very fast track at Dover International Speedway. Fast for a 1 mile track, I will say that for sure. But this track's got so much bank in there, it gives you more momentum as they come off the turns. It looks like we're under yellow for the second time here, and it's Joshua Osborne in 28. Looks like this crashed. Oh, careful there, guys. Oh, and cars getting together. That's Cole Deaver, Rob Evans, Kev Shear, and Ryan George. That got together come off turn number 2. Sending those 4 guys sliding into each other and almost into the wall. Take a look at what happened. It was Joshua Osborne and Daniel Bouchard that got into each other. They got 3 wide into each other going into turn number 3. Osborne thought he was clear of the 48 of Jesse Turner. Turned out he wasn't. I don't know if he got down on Turner or Turner came up on him. That's a tough call right there. And then right there is where Bouchard got into each other. Quentin Moore gets tapped. Kyle Matthews barely missed. So did Matt McIntyre. And that's the second time Johnny Gardner barely missed a crash. That's the second time right there. But for Bouchard and Osborne, they got the fuzzy end of that lollipop. Again, if you want to, here's lesson 2 on how to miss a crash with Johnny Gardner. Oh, I didn't see that part right there. Apparently the 33 car, Jacob Thibodeau, he got turned. Take a look at what happened there. Thibodeau went to the inside of the racetrack here to avoid the crash. Good thing was he avoided it. Comes back on the bank and gets and the car snaps on him, spins, and then nowhere to go goes Matt McIntyre in a 44 car, and he unfortunately got into the 33 car. So I don't know what that was all about right there between Matt McIntyre and Jacob Thibodeau. So now here's what happened coming through turns 1 and 2. This is coming off turn number 2 right here. This is where the deal with Rob Evans, Kev Shearer, Cole Deaver, and Ryan George got into each other. Evans goes down on Deaver's car, gets right into Kev Shearer, sends Deaver right into Ryan George's car, and then Kev's car gets squished into the wall right there. Him and Ryan George both. So Kev Shearer Racing Tech would like a little talk with Rob Evans on that one right there. That Kev Shearer Racing Tech team being Kev himself and Ryan George. And Cole Deaver, I'm sure, like a little talk with Rob as well too. But whatever the reason, Rob's in 3rd position right now, and Cole's running 5th, and Kev's in 6th, and 12 car of Ryan George is running in. Where is he at right now? He's in 8th position right now. So cars out of the race are Laura Chung, Travis Furness, and Stephen Cohen. The cars that were in the crash or the second crash there are not knocked out of the race yet. That all being said, there we're about to get the green flag. It'll be on lap number 21, so we'll have 40 laps remaining when the green flag flies once again. Dylan Young is your leader. 2nd position is Matt Haas. 3rd is Rob Evans. 4th, as we mentioned, is Weinstein. We mentioned Deaver's 5th, and Kev Shearer's in 6th position. And Ryan George is in 8th. Sandwiched in between those two is Keith Batson in 7th. Then you got Colton Schwartz in 9th, and Jessica Shelton running in 10th position right now. So average speed after 20 laps, 89.601 miles an hour. So that's slowed by the 2 caution flags we had. Turn 4, we say it's been usually a trouble spot here. We already had 2 crashes within the realm of that area. That's the green flag laps. We're back on the way on lap number 21 here at Dover. Field thunders into turn number 3 right now as they come through turn number 4. Matt Haas going for the lead. Haas to the inside, Bruce Dylan Young up the track right here, and then brings Ed Weinstein with him in the 47 car. Weinstein with a rejuvenated Ed Weinstein, I might add, too. 47 car up to 3rd position, now trying for 2nd place right now in the 47 Hawaiian Punch Buick. Low side goes the 47 car, and he'll take 2nd position now and move Matt Haas up to the lead. Matt Haas looking for his first victory of the season here at Dover Downs International Speedway. It'll be his first ever win on this track. Looking a little bit behind in the field. 3 wide off turn number 2 there between Chelsea Bowles, Levi McIntyre, and Aaron Macklin. Johnny Gardner, meantime, trying to get by Charles Sanford. Johnny Gardner in car 66 running in 22nd position right now. He's missed 2 crashes already in this event. Running by his buddy Zachary Fitzwater, number 84. McIntyre and Kev Shearer both on the high side now. A lot of good cars that Johnny's got to get around though. Fitzwater being one of them. As well as Aaron Macklin ahead of him, and I think who else is that ahead of him? Looks like Noel Parker, I think, is the 5 cars ahead of him. Nope, that's Seth Cole in the 52 car. Chelsea Bowles in there. William Brock in the 4 car. Also you got Nathan Hudson, Jay Jefferson, Trent Dunham, Rob Evans. Now both Up the high side now. Cars strewn all over the place right there as they come off turn number 4. And whoa! 3 wide there, Shea Dairyman, Quentin Moore, and Levi McIntyre. McIntyre has backed way off. He has now dropped almost to the very back of the pack here in that 17 car. McIntyre, you remember, 1 to 600 at Charlotte. Falls into the clutches of Joshua Osborne in 28. Osborne involved in one of the earlier crashes in this race. And also, we got a new leader, Keith Batson, 21 up to the lead now. Mitchell, as he's got Matt Haas behind him, Colton Schwartz in the 41, and give a call to Mitchell Collins in the 70 car. Mitchell Collins up to the 4th position right now in the number 70 Pontiac. He and Zed Weinstein side by side. Weinstein, who had driven the JD McDuffie cars, actually drove the McDuffie cars to the championship in season 13. And now Weinstein moves ahead of Collins right now. That's about from 4th position. And you got the Dillons. Nose to tail here. Dylan Poteet in 22 and Dylan Young in 2. On board Dylan Young in car number 2. Over the high side of Poteet now. Poteet now driving up to the 6th position right now. Trying to get by in car number 12. The RPMs on Dylan Young's car up to about 9,100 RPMs over number 1, excuse me. Meantime, battle for the lead. In meantime, change for the lead again. It is number 8, Matt Haas at the top spot. Colton Schwartz for 2nd position right now, number 41. He's got it on Mitchell Collins now, and now Colton's going for the lead. Colton Schwartz, one of the top rookies in the field this season here in the number 41 car. And here he comes, puts the Food Country Chevrolet up to the top spot. Now tries to and dips down. He has the lead. How about Colton Schwartz in the 41 car up to 2nd position now? His best finish was a second. His best finish was a second, I should say, at North Wilkesboro to Johnny Gardner. And Colton looking pretty strong right now. Now Mitchell Collins to the left side for 2nd place here. So we got some surprises up there now. It's no secret that parity has come to the Castrol GTX Cup Series this season. But now they're moving up on the back of the 14 car of Daniel Bouchard. And oh, and Matt Haas has something go wrong with the number 8 car. Something has gone awry with the number 8 car. Matt Haas, who is 2nd in this race, and he has blown up. And he is going to stop on the track, and that's going to cause a yellow flag, I think, to fly. And now to the lead, I think it's Colton Schwartz. Yes, it is Schwartz. He has pulled up to a rather substantial lead right now in the number 41 car. That has bunched everybody. Let's see where everybody's at right now. Young is in 2nd. 3rd is Weinstein. 4th is Collins. 5th is now Nathan Hudson. Fitzwater's in 6th position. 7th is 7th and 8th is the Batsons. Keith in 7th, Cat in 8th. Brock is in 9th and 10th is Poteet. Then you got Ryan George in 11th, 12th is Phil Parker. Aaron Macklin's in 13th position. 14th is Trent Dunham as the yellow flag flies for the 3rd time on the 41st lap of this race. And I think, yep, it was the 51 car of Jordan Anderson. Well, it looks like we got a big crash, I think, too. There is the 51 car of Jordan Anderson as he as one of Quentin Moore's drivers. And here, and I think I see what happened up in front right there. That up in this field right there. James Sykes in the 89 car. He and Rob Evans playing a little Donnie and Kale 79 going on right there. Sends Rob Evans into the wall and then Quentin Moore crashes into him. 51 of Jordan Anderson gets involved. Well, it's been a rugged season for Quentin Moore, though. And there's... Oh, and Matt McIntyre in the 44 and Jacob Thibodeau in 33. They got involved, too. Let's take a look at what happened to those two drivers. McIntyre already had some damage on its sloped nose, number 44. Mac goes up the track right there and... right into the 51 car of Jordan Anderson. I think Matt didn't know the 51 car was there, and I don't think the 33 even spun. He just tried to avoid everything, but problems obviously got worse for the 44 car of Matt McIntyre by virtue of that, and he's knocked out of the race, as has Jacob Thibodeau as well too. 26 car of Quentin Moore's out of the race, so it's Jordan Anderson. Matt Haas being shown 2 laps down. I thought Matt Haas might have blown up, but I don't know if that's the case right now. Okay, what is going on here? We got the field screwed up on the start now. Meantime, the 41 car of Colton Schwartz is leading, is behind the pace car. And we got everybody all bunched up together, 3 wide. Are we going to try 3 wide restart here? Okay, everybody's on drugs. I don't know. Okay, Colton Schwartz is getting ready to take the green flag. Let's take a look. This is the stupidest restart we have had at Dover. And here we go. And Colton Schwartz has crashed right into Aaron Macklin! The leader has crashed, all because of this restart. This whole deal happened between laps 45 and 46 of this race. Okay, we're going to take a look at what happened here. Colton Schwartz was the only car that started behind the pace car. Everybody else was all bunched up like this. Now we're going to look at what happened, and the crash that happened. And they went 4 wide. Levi McIntyre went to the low side 4 wide. Now we're going to look at the copter cam on this one. McIntyre was in the inside of Shea Dairyman and Zach Winkle and Charles Samper. McIntyre goes right into Chelsea Bowles, Jesse Turner, and Cole Deaver, and caused this god-awful melee to happen right here. Osborne crashes right into McIntyre's car, then crashes into Keb Shear. Matt Haas gets into it as well, gets involved as well too. Everybody's stuck behind Cole Deaver. He crashes right into Cat Batson's car. Jefferson is sideways, and he at least saved it. Now, Matt Haas, he gets hit by Rob Evans in the 51 car. Osborne spun as well too. McIntyre hits the wall trying to avoid Osborne's car. So meantime, Colton Schwartz is just riding around, driving Miss Daisy, and all of a sudden, this happens to Colton. Congratulations, Colton. You just knocked yourself right out of the race. Right into the aid of Aaron Macklin. All because the cars were on drugs on this start. I swear to goodness, if anything weird happens in NR competition, it's always in my series when it happens. Any of my series when it happens. I know Seth has never had this happen to him. Levi's never had this happen to him. Charles has never had this happen to him. Neither of the Dylans have had this happen to them. And Colton Schwartz has gone from the lead to out of the race. Joshua Osborne had a fuel pump failure on his car. I don't see where Colton's at actually, to be honest. Yep. And everybody, and now, so net result now is 14 cars are on the lead lap of this race. And Zed Weinstein is, where is he at? Weinstein is lined up. The 5th car in line. Mitchell Collins, so here's the order right now. Zed Weinstein is your leader. Mitchell Collins is 2nd. 3rd is Dylan Young. 4th is Keith Batson. 5th is Nathan Hudson. 6th is Zachary Fitzwater. 7th is William Brock. 8th is Jay Jefferson. 9th is Dylan Poteet. 10th is Phil Parker. That's what they want right now. The cars ahead of Weinstein, Kat Batson, Ryan George, Aaron Macklin, and Zach Rogers are all on the tail end of the lead lap. They're not the top 4 cars running. Oh, get ready for a crap show in the last 10 laps. Actually, 11 laps, excuse me on that one. 11 laps remaining here at Dover Downs International Speedway. Mike Becker's also not on the lead lap. And let's see who this restart favors here. That's Keith Batson to the low side here. Batson looks like he might. Oh, Batson's not going to get the lead. Everybody's coming down pit road, and it's going to be penalized. Jessica Shelton coming down pit road. Seth Cole, Zach Winkle, Rogers, McIntyre, Batson, Bowles, and Matthews. And meantime, Zed Weinstein is watching all this, kind of wondering what's going on here, but he's leading this race right now. Mitchell Collins in 2nd position, so we're going to be in for a surprise winner possibly here, unless something happens to those front two cars, and they get held up in any way, shape, or form. Going by Shea Dairyman in a 0 car is the 70 car of Collins. Zed Weinstein has not won in a long time in the series. Of course, he's not been in the series for a long time, but here he is, on his way to possibly getting a win here, if he can hold on these last 7 laps. Things are going so well here at Dover, and all of a sudden, the last 2 restarts have been absolutely weird. First, it all started with a bunch up on the pace lap and on the restart lap of on the next to last restart that caused a big crash to happen, and then all of a sudden, now you got a completely different race happening right now at Dover. This is definitely one for the books in the Castrol GTX Cup Series. I'm definitely going to say this right now, but I don't know how everybody else is going to think about this. But Mitchell Collins to the high side there, trying to look for the lead on Weinstein. This is the battle for the win between the 47 and the 70. Collins to the low side. Weinstein gets held up. And here comes Collins for the top spot. Collins is not won a points race. That's not a dual race, I should say. And it's not won a points race since the season 21 Pepsi 4. And that's a single standalone race, by the way. So Collins looking for his first victory of the season here as they go through turns number 1 and 2 as they come down off turn number 2. Number 70, Bailey excavating Pontiac out in front, trying to hold on for the last 2 laps, but Weinstein not giving up at number 70 Hawaiian Punch Buick as they come up to number 4. Dylan Young's in 3rd, Fitzwater's in 4th. 5th is the Ford of William Brock. Off to number 4 they come here. Mitchell Collins sees the white flag. He has 1 lap remaining in this race here, but let's see what's going to happen on the last lap. Weinstein trying to close up a little bit. Collins on the high side right there of Cat Basson's car. It looks like he's got it made in the shade. Car number 70, Mitchell Collins wins the FedEx 400 at Dover. Unbelievable race that was. I'm definitely gonna say, like I said, the last 20 laps was one for the books at Dover, down to National Speedway. But the number 70 JD McDuffie Special goes to victory lane here. Mitchell Collins, who started back in the back, I think, goes on to win this race here. Weinstein finishes 2nd, then it's Dylan Young, Fitzwater finishing 4th. 5th will go to William Brock. Then Nathan Hudson, Dylan Poteet, Phil Parker, Trent Dunham, and Johnny Gardner comes home in 10th position, having not mentioned much about him at all. Averaging 101.550 miles an hour. And the bad part was 13 cars finished on the lead lap, and there really should have been more cars finished on the lead lap. Oh boy. I hope Riverside's not this bad. I really hope not. Riverside shouldn't be this bad. That's next on the tour. Shouldn't be this bad. 11th will go to Charles Saver. 12th will go to Ryan George, matching his car number, and Cat Benson's will be the last car to finish on the lead lap in 13 positions. Excuse me. 14th will go to Shay Derryman, his best finish I think in a long time. Then Mike Becker was 15th, Aaron Macklin 16th, Jesse Turner 17th, Cole Deaver 18th, James Sykes 19th, and Rob Evans 20th, Kev Shear 21st. Then Daniel Bouchard, Jay Jefferson, Keith Badson, and Seth Cole the top 25. Kyle Matthews 26th, then Zach Rogers, Chelsea Bowles, Jessica Shelton, and Zach Winkle the top 30. Then Levi McIntyre 31st, and Matt Haas was 32nd, the last car to finish. And you gotta feel for Colton Schwartz though. Looked like he had his first win well in hand until that caution flag came out, screwed him pretty much out of what could have screwed him out of a shot to win this race there without question. He ends up 33rd. Then Joshua Osborne with the fuel pump failure ends up 34th. Then Quentin Moore, Jordan Anderson, Matt McIntyre, Jacob Thibodeau, Laura Chung, Travis Furness, and Stephen Cullen, the last car out of the race. So 9 cars out of the race here, and only 13 cars finished on the lead lap. So we're gonna have some test sessions at Dover. hope that something like this does not happen when for the next time we come here for the Peak Interviews 400. I'm about going to say that. So with that said, here, if you like what you see here, be sure to subscribe to the NNSCRA Sports and Gaming channel. We got everything on this channel. We got NRSs, we got gaming videos, we got NR online videos. Whatever the president of the NNSCRA Seth code desires for a channel, be sure to check out Seth's Duracell Cup Series, which is on this channel, and also check out our other two NNSCRA series, the NNSCRA Marvel Studios Cup Series from Thrashman 899, and the NNSCRA T-Mobile Cup Series from X675309808X. So I guarantee you, those three guys do their series a whole lot better than I do. I guarantee you that. Especially after what went down today at Dover. But not to take anything away from Mitchell Collins as he gets his second standalone single race victory in this series. He won a dual race last season at Lime Rock, but Mitchell Collins gets the victory here today at Dover International Speedway. Here, his first single race standalone victory since way back in season 21 in the Pepsi 400. That was the last time he won a race with a full field. So big victory for him there today. So that said, here. So that said, this is James Qualls saying so long from Dover International Speedway, and we'll see you next race on the tour at Riverside. And with that said, this is the NNSCRA offline racing at its best.
Greg, did you have any ignition problems?